Hello and welcome back to the check-in desk.
Holiday highs, lows and where to goes.
You're here with Tom and Joe. We're here to delve into the weird and wonderful world of travel, exploring things to do in some of our favourite destinations.
So let's find out where we're going today.
Hello and welcome back to the check-in desk. And this week we are in St Lucia.
Woo!
Episode 2, how are you feeling?
Feeling good, feeling positive, yeah.
Got that nervous first one out of the way.
I know, although I'm a bit more nervous for this one for some reason.
Yeah, we were just saying before we sort of came on air, it feels a little bit more, I don't know, it feels a little bit more pressurised.
Pressure's on.
Yeah.
Yeah, pressure's on.
I don't know why. It's not like anyone will be listening to this mess.
Well, if you are, you know you're a number one fan.
Anyway,
so you're right,
before we prattle on. Yeah, I'm really good. Yeah, really good, really good.
Stressful or chill?
Never stressed.
Never stressed.
Never stressed. So this week,
we're
going to St Lucia.
Lovely.
An amazing place, St Lucia. Land of beaches, rum, chocolate, pirates, coffee. Pirates, yeah. I tried to nip pirates in there in the middle of it.
You tried to slip that in without me noticing.
Yeah. Pirates.
Come on then, name me some pirates that have been.
Well, we'll get onto the pirates in a minute, but I will drop one massive name. Blackbeard.
Stop it.
Honestly.
I thought he was a fictional character.
No.
He literally existed.
He's actually existed. Yeah, he actually existed. But also, another thing about St Lucia, before we come on to your top fact.
Yeah.
I've got one of my own.
Come on then.
The top fact here, and it's a really, really good one actually. St Lucia is the first country to be named after a woman.
Do you know what? Yes. I'm here for that kind of
Amazing.
feminism.
Well,
Love.
I say the first. It's up there in the top 2. It depends. It's the first one.
It either is the first or it's not.
Well, it's definitely the first one to be named after a real woman. So, technically, I don't know what the timeline is, but Ireland is also named after a Celtic goddess called Air, who's the goddess of fertility.
Right.
They said facility then. But, yeah, fertility. She was the Celtic goddess of fertility.
Yeah.
Whereas St Lucia is named after St Lucy of Syracuse.
Lovely.
Now, I don't know where she was standing when they were handing out canonisations and sainthoods and stuff like that, because poor old St Lucy is actually the patron saint of blindness and throat infections.
Oh, bless her.
Imagine being the patron saint of throat infections. Does that mean you just constantly got a throat infection?
Maybe she discovered medically a throat infection.
Maybe. They were like, she was just walking around in like whatever century it was, and she was just constantly hoarse.
Yeah. Constantly phlegmy.
That is my big fact about St Lucia. That's
pretty impressive. I'm impressed with that.
Yeah, it's alright. I think I pulled it out of the bag, but...
Yeah, my one's better, but...
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it though?
Yeah. Did you know world's only drive-in volcano is in St Lucia?
Drive-in volcano?
You can drive into it, right?
Couple of points.
Go on.
Drive in...
Yeah.
Why would you drive into a volcano?
Well, why would you walk in?
2, but 2, what are we saying drive in? Are we saying like a KFC?
Yeah, so when I first read it, I was like, what do we do? Just like drive through, take a picture and walk back out? But no, you drive through it and yeah.
So it is a drive-in volcano. So it literally is the only volcano in the world where you can literally drive through the crater.
Can you drive through... Here's me coming with the facts and not actually knowing the answer to the question.
Who's shot? Who's shot?
Can you drive through it and out the other end, like a tunnel?
So from how I understand it, there is a track. I was going to call it a road, but I really don't think you can call it a road. So I don't think it's that well developed. But there is a path or a track there that you can drive your car. From what I've read from my research. Because I was trying to get to the bottom of this, what does it look like? But apparently it's literally a track that you can go drive through the crater of a volcano.
Wow.
The volcano itself, we've tried, if we don't nail the pronunciation of this, I apologise.
We apologise.
Yeah.
Qualibou?
Qualibou.
I couldn't remember. I thought I'm just going to wing it. I can't remember what it was. I've been listening to recordings of how to say it.
Literally before we pressed play, she'd listened to like 6 recordings of how to say it in 3 different pronunciations.
And accents and genders.
And I came on and butchered it.
But I do know that it's in Soufrière. Is that?
Yeah, Soufrière. Yeah.
Soufrière. Yeah.
Soufrière is a town, I believe. I don't think it's a city. I don't think it can technically be known as a city, but someone could probably correct me on that. But for now, we'll call it a town within St Lucia. But Soufrière is just one of 3 amazing spots that we'll take a look at. To finish off that incredible introduction, let's move straight into the most amazing things to do in St Lucia. Yeah. So first things first, the one thing to know about St Lucia is the natural attractions are key in this island.
Yeah, it's a big boy for this, isn't it?
We have a list of 5 proper natural attractions that natural attraction areas that we'll cover off. So first one being the big boys, the Pitons.
The Pitons!
Yes. If you've ever seen an image of St Lucia, chances are you've probably seen the Pitons. They're literally 2
triangles.
Yeah. Massive triangles that just jut out of the sea.
Yeah.
Basically.
Come out of nowhere, don't they? Like right on the edge of the island, it seems. Yeah. And there's a big one and a little one.
Yeah. So there is, if I get this right, is Gros Piton and
Petit Piton.
Petit Piton. So no prizes for guessing. Obviously, Gros Piton's the larger one. Petit Piton is the smaller one. What generally tends to happen? You climb up the Pitons and you can sort of have a bit of a guided tour.
I'm sorry, I'm getting a helicopter. Well, I'm not climbing that Piton.
I say climb.
Even the Petit Piton.
Even Petit Piton, not walk. Like I say climb. It's probably more of like a walk, a hike. Yeah. You can get like a guided tour where the tour guide will just sort of take you up like the best route to go up to the top of. Yeah. Generally speaking, it's Gros Piton. And they'll take you up to the top and show you like the lovely views out over the bay. It's probably, we'll come to another one in a minute, but it's probably one of the best views you can get of St Lucia, I would say, at the top of the Piton there. But the other thing to cover off about the Pitons in general is they're actually volcanoes. So they're dormant volcanoes. No chance of them erupting anytime soon.
Yeah, I was going to say, because when you look at them, they look like grassy mountains, don't they?
Yeah, but the weird thing about them is, or the weird thing I think about them is, they're actually underwater volcanoes. They, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, so they jut it out from the water. What you're actually seeing is a massive underwater volcano. It's the fact that it's just that big that the water doesn't cover the top of it. We're just seeing the top of it.
Oh my god! So how far down does it go? Do you know?
Deep. Deep. She does this. If you've seen the first week, you'll see the other. She does this to me every week. She just scums me with a question. Right, how big's that?
Big.
No idea.
Deep.
Big. Deep. Yeah.
You better come with the dimensions, measurements. I need to know the facts.
I'll come with numbers next week, but
we'll see.
The good thing about the fact that they are underwater, I was going to say pyramids, but the fact they are underwater volcanoes is. One of the Pitons themselves are actually also incredibly popular snorkel sites.
Yes.
So although they're actually like mountainous ranges, like one of the main things you can do there is you can get a snorkel guide, so you can go out on like a catamaran.
My favourite thing, sorry to interrupt.
No, go on.
My favourite thing on holiday to do is a catamaran boat trip. I don't know what it is about it. It just gets me in the soul. I love it.
Yeah, I mean,
it's my favourite thing.
Especially, I mean, obviously you can do it in Europe, but like, especially around the Caribbean. It's like, are you really
unmatched.
going?
Yeah.
Are you really Caribbeaning?
Just chilling out on the mats, like gentle sea breeze in your face. Just nice, isn't it?
In your
and then you
face.
Stumble.
The Pitons, climb them, snorkel them, go and see them on a boat. They're incredible. In fact, they're actually the triangles that you see on the St Lucia flag. So if you've seen the St Lucia flag,
nice.
Sky blue flag with a yellow and a black triangle on there, they are the Pitons.
That makes sense now. You've said that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I knew that. Deep in the archives.
I suppose it's not a hard reach if you think.
If I actually thought about it.
Yeah, well, that's a reach. Next up, we'll come to the thing that we elaborated to in the introduction.
Qualibou? What's it called?
Qualibou. Qualibou. Still can't get it right.
Oh, I can't say it.
Yeah,
I've got the letters in my head, but I can't remember what order they go in.
You just think of caribou and say Qualibou.
What's caribou?
Caribou's like a type of deer. They're also a band called Caribou. But anyway. Anyway, the driving volcano. Yes. So it turns out.
Hold on a minute. Can we just talk about this? When we were off air, I corrected you on this. You're going to sit here and take credit. I've discovered that it's not a track.
Yeah.
It's an actual road.
See, this is the problem, isn't it? When you do no research, but then when you do an element of research, you only research just to prove me wrong.
That's all the motivation I need, to be honest.
And that's what's going to happen now. We're going to parade this new fact that she's found out 5 minutes ago. Go on.
Yeah, so it's an actual road, right? But it's open air. So what I was imagining was this thing from like a cartoon where you would have a tunnel and you drive through the volcano. There's a pit of lava below you, and you're on death's door.
Picture like a wooden bridge as well.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like all the precarious things, and you're one side step away from impending doom.
It's like melting your tyres. You've
You've got to quickly get across, and you're on alloys only. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what I was envisaging.
Yeah.
Seeing.
Yeah.
So I've looked at a YouTube video, and it's quite clear that that's very far from the actual truth.
It's actually extremely safe.
It is safe. The last time it erupted was in the 1700s, so I'm going to go out on a limb and say we're pretty safe.
With all your volcanic knowledge.
If you stick to the guide's advice, and stick to the rules, you're not going to die.
Arms and legs in the car at all times, that sort of thing.
Yeah, but it's an open air road, so you're driving through, as we said off air, the steamy pits.
Yeah, the steamy pits
of the volcano.
Yeah,
which might smell a bit like eggs.
Yeah, so that's the sulphur, isn't
that's
it? Coming
Sulphur
from
Springs, isn't it?
Yeah, which brings us nicely into the next element of the top natural attractions in St Lucia.
Yeah.
Sulphur Springs.
Yeah.
So, as we said, Sulphur Springs is actually a part of Qualibou. Qualibou, the volcano.
Yeah.
Is actually a part of it. So what the government, whoever in St Lucia has actually done is turn this area into a place of incredible natural beauty, and offered an opportunity for tourists, anyone, to kind of go to Sulphur Springs, and once you're there you can sort of like have a dive in the hot springs, and then there's also mud pits.
Yeah, you can just live your childhood dream of messing around in the mud,
slopping around in filth. That.
You see the pictures, don't you? All you've got to do is type in Sulphur Springs onto Google, and you see people covered head to toe in just this clay mud.
Yeah.
And it looks great, but I bet it stinks. Yeah,
so that is the other thing with it being Sulphur Springs. Sulphur, as we all know, stinks of eggs. It's eggy. So while it is incredible, the mud it's a great Instagram moment. Get all mud all over you and get a quick snap on the gram. The mud they're supposed to have is rich in minerals and vitamins, so it's supposed to be incredible for your skin. Yeah.
Healing properties.
So anything like eczema and any other skin conditions.
Joint pain, I've heard. Joint pain, anything like that. Any ailments that you've got?
I won't say any ailment.
Well, yeah, it's not the NHS.
It's a high pull for the mud of Sulphur Springs. It's not.
It's got healing properties.
It's not like Lords.
It's very moisturising. It's going to sort out any skin conditions. Maybe it might.
Yeah, it might. But once you are all muddy and you don't have to then wander back down to your hotel,
are we just going back to our hotels like mummified?
No.
As like the Sulphur Spring muddy person, you've got to walk through the all-inclusive buffet
like the swamp monster on Scooby-Doo or something. Yeah, no. So what happens when you're absolutely covered in mud, you're all filthy, you want to get it off you go and have a dip in a waterfall. An honest to goodness natural waterfall. It's amazing.
Do you know what? St Lucia's meant to be rife with waterfalls, isn't it? You said there was over 400.
Yeah, I've read somewhere that there's 411, but since reading that stat, I can't find it anywhere else, so don't quote me.
I think you're probably not far off, though. That would make sense.
It seems like an odd number to have available on the internet if that isn't remotely close to the number.
Yeah, but I think there's a lot of waterfalls, so I think you're fine.
There is a lot of waterfalls. There is.
There's about 411.
So the waterfall in particular that you will go to after Sulphur Springs is called Torai, I believe, if I get the pronunciation correct.
It's lost on me, I don't know.
No, we already covered that. You've got no hope. But yeah, so Torai is one of the big waterfalls in St Lucia, so comes down from a hell of a height, and you get to basically stand under there, but it is obviously super duper cold.
Yeah, but imagine how they must... imagine if you've got a bit of sunburn. That's what the mud's good for as well, sunburn.
Sunburn, yeah.
If you've got a bit of sunburn, though, and you just go into this cold water, and I bet it feels so... It's like, what time?
So that's the waterfalls covered off pretty extensively. Well, it's not. There are obviously lots more waterfalls.
There's 410 more.
Yeah, at least you would say. The best thing is to kind of get out there, and generally speaking, you can, because St Lucia is quite small, you can probably hire a car and take a car around the island and start picking up some of the best spots. The other good thing about St Lucia, because it's like 70% of the island is rainforest, so the whole thing is covered in these amazing places, the waterfalls and those sort of things. But the key element of natural attractions that we all love anywhere when we go on holiday, beaches.
Yeah, this is what we want to know about.
Yeah, what are the beaches?
Yeah.
So obviously it's the Caribbean. It's an island in the Caribbean. There's going to be hundreds of beaches, but we're just going to focus in on 3. Keep it light.
Keep it easy.
Keep it easy.
Mm-hmm.
We've got 3. So the 3 that we're focusing in are called Grand Anse, which is, for my money, probably the best beach in the Caribbean. Big shout, I know. And I see your reaction there.
Yeah, I know.
Which was nothing.
It was a bit delayed.
Yeah.
Do you know what I was thinking of though? My mind went elsewhere because when you said big ants, I was thinking of Grand Ants. I was thinking of Big Ants, like the book. But then I remembered, isn't it A-N-S-E? Is that how you say it?
A-N-S-E.
Yeah, but I was thinking of giant insects.
We know you were thinking of it.
So that's where my mind went when you were talking about something else, and I was like,
I thought when you said grand ants, you were going to say do you know regal ants? They got crowns on.
It's grande bugs.
Antes. No.
That's what I thought anyway.
No big ants.
So that's where my mind was, so when I should have reacted. So should we try it again? You want to hit me with the big statement?
No, I think I'm just going to gloss over it, I think. So, yeah, Grand Anse, for my money, is the best beach in the Caribbean, I would say. And it's
in the Caribbean?
Yeah, I would say. That's what I said.
Oh my god.
If I can't get you to listen, how am I going to get you to listen?
No, in the Caribbean.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Stop.
It's the picture of a Caribbean. If you had a picture of a Caribbean beach, pulled it away and that was behind it, you would see no difference.
Right. Okay. Fine.
It's incredible. Go to Grand Anse. I'm going to breeze through these because obviously we all know beaches and they're all amazing, but just not as good as Grand Anse. Next up is Redgwick Beach. We'll talk a bit more about Redgwick Beach in a minute because that is in another little place called Gros Islet that we'll come on to in a second. And then the third one, which is a bit of a nice one, was Anse again. Anse Chastanet. This one.
Anse Chastanet.
Yeah, that's how it's spelled. Again, pronunciation might be a bit incorrect. Chastanet, maybe.
Because it's French, isn't it? French.
Yeah.
Caribbean.
Yeah. I suppose the same as Soufrière. That's French.
Yeah.
They're all French words, aren't they? But yeah, Anse Chastanet is the reason why we've included I've included Anse Chastanet.
I'm just here for a laugh. To be honest,
we know.
Let's face it.
It's coming across. The good thing about, or the weird or strange thing or interesting different thing about Anse Chastanet is it has black sand.
Actually jet black sand? Or
Yeah,
is it
yeah.
just a bit grey?
So it's known as black sand because I believe because of its volcanic sand.
I was about to say, is it volcanic? 'Cause don't they have that a lot in the Canary Islands?
Yeah, so I think it's the Canary Islands where you can disrupt the sand and underneath it it'll be black. You can dig in the sand and all of a sudden it's black. You're like, what the hell is happening here?
What's going on?
But yeah, so you don't normally have to disturb the surface too much in Anse Chastanet to find the black sand. But yeah, because it is a black sand beach. So
nice.
That is a sweeping view. There's 3 beaches there in St Lucia, but honestly, if you find any beach in St Lucia, they're all pretty amazing.
You're not going to be disappointed, are you?
No.
It's a beach in the Caribbean at the end of the day.
Yeah, Grand Anse is right up at the top of the country as well, so that's up there with the really incredible scenery that you see around the northern part of St Lucia too. So
nice.
Yeah, so that with beaches covered off there, the top 3 beaches, I think that is a quick whistle stop tour of the best natural attractions in St Lucia done.
Yeah, that is a whistle stop tour. We could talk all day, couldn't we?
Yeah, I mean, you could carry on. Like I said, it's 70% of it's a rainforest, so we could go into detail. Incidentally, if you do fancy it, zip lining through the rainforest is another incredible thing, but I don't want to get into whether that's a natural attraction or not because someone had to put up the
it's not
zip
natural,
line.
Is it? Zip lines. We're not Tarzan in it.
Don't anyone grow zip lines.
No. So that's a tourist attraction.
time to move to more urban areas.
Okay.
Let's get into the towns and the cities.
Where
what
are we
can
going?
you do?
Yeah.
So, first stop, capital city, which is...
Castries!
Well done. I honestly didn't think you'd get that, but fair enough. Well done, you've surprised me.
Thanks.
So, that's come out of a minute of research just in the
Actually, I knew that off the top of my head.
Did you?
Yeah, because I've worked here 6 years, so I'm a Caribbean expert.
Really pulling down the veil now of why you haven't contributed more.
This is your thing. This is your gig.
God, don't start all that now. Anyway, Castries.
Yeah.
So, like with any capital city, there's obviously incredible things to do, littered everywhere in Castries.
Yeah.
But we're only going to keep it to a select few, just so we can sort of get a bit of a taste for the city. So, first thing we have to talk about is the Central Market.
Yeah.
Much the same as if you listen to our last podcast about Mexico, quick plug. The Mercado 28 in downtown Yeah, so the Mercado 28 that is in downtown is it's a general obviously shopping area that the locals and tourists frequent. So the Central Market in Castries is very much the same as that. It's an amazing place to go and get fresh fruit and veg, mingle with all the locals, get some stories off there. They're super duper friendly. St Lucian locals, they love a chat.
Love it.
Yeah, so they so within that too, you'll also find lovely street food within the market as well, and it's like proper Caribbean street food though.
Or like shrimp and stuff like that. I
Yeah.
imagine shrimp, just shrimp.
Or like shrimp.
I don't even eat fish.
Oh God.
That's all I can imagine. Like big like lobster tails, like fresh seafood. That's what I imagine.
Yeah, that's the sort of thing that you
Pork
want. Like you want to
buns
be
and
there.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
And
I've
then,
made that up. I don't know if that's there.
yeah, I'm gonna go on and say it is. Yeah, it is. Why not? But then the other main thing that you can get there is obviously your souvenirs. So
yes,
when
lots
you're
of
coming
shopping.
when you're coming in off because it's the harbour there, because there is Castries Harbour, which is the main harbour for the cruise ships as well.
Yes.
It's a wicked place when you get through because you say there's lots of duty free.
Loads of duty free shopping there. So all like if you go on a cruise, you dock and then just spend all your money in Castries.
Amazing.
I know. But if you're staying in St Lucia, whether you would prefer to be in with the crowds or not, maybe just avoid a cruise day because I think it comes around once a week.
Oh right, okay. So like when the cruises do dock, it can get a bit
busy.
Right.
Because obviously everyone's come off this floating island, haven't they, to go to Castries.
Yeah.
So it's going to be busy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you don't like crowds, maybe just avoid that.
What is there like a specific day it does like docking?
I don't know. I think I've got in my head it's like a Tuesday, but it might not be. So it depends.
But it's weekly.
I think it's
every
weekly,
day. Yeah. One day of the week.
There's a lot of people in town.
Yeah, avoid that.
Or if you like it, you want to be in with the hustle and bustle and feel the atmosphere a bit more.
Then definitely that day, whatever day that may be. If you don't spend all your money coming through the duty free,
sorry, that's me.
Then
impulsive spender.
You can get to the proper handicrafts that they have within the Central Market too. So make sure that you don't just spend all your money on the stuff that's in duty free.
Go look at the crafts and see what people have worked tirelessly on. Tirelessly. Blackbeard.
You're desperate to get to Blackbeard, aren't you? Desperate.
Oh, I just need to know more about him.
He's a great guy, yeah. Moving past the Central Market in Castries there. So another point about the cruise ships is where obviously they'll dock in the harbour there, but you can also go to a place, if I get this right, I've written it down, Morn Fortune Viewpoint.
Yes,
so
the hill.
Yeah, and hill. You can wander up to this viewpoint that is the top of Anne Hill, and what will happen there is you just get incredible views out over the Caribbean coastline and of St Lucia itself, and obviously of Castries as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just a really nice place to just sit and watch the boats coming in and out of the
imagine taking like a little picnic up there.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of the hotels do that. Like if you go out for the day, they'll pack you a little picnic up.
Yeah, they do say like if you fancy a day trip, like towel reception, and they'll whip you up a meal. Like,
oh,
that'd be cool.
Wouldn't it? And you could take your Piton beer.
Yeah, Piton beer.
Piton beer.
That's obviously the main beer.
Main beer in St Lucia.
I think it's like illegal to drink anything else.
Is it illegal? Yeah.
No.
You just made that law up.
Yeah. Definitely not.
Yeah.
And then when you've finished looking at the viewpoint and stuff like that, the other cool thing about it being a Caribbean city is that there's obviously a beach there too.
Yeah.
Which is weird kind of juxtaposition for us, because obviously if we're in the UK, you just tend to classify cities as just being
mainland.
Concrete wastelands and all that sort of stuff. But in Castries, you do have Vigie Beach.
Vigie Beach.
Yeah, Vigie. Vigie.
Vigie.
It's French, isn't it? So maybe it is Vichy, I don't know. But yeah, that is the beach, the main beach that is there in Castries too. So make sure you get down. Again, I'm not going to go into too much detail about the beaches because it's a beach, it's beautiful, it's Caribbean. Go and have a look.
Take your picnic.
Yeah.
Have a great day.
This picnic's stretching it.
And once you're done there, you can head over to Sulphur.
Happy with that rhyme, are you?
Yes.
Right,
actually,
okay.
Worked on that for a solid 2 seconds.
That's about all the research you've done today so far. So
anyway, it's a really small town. It's got a population of under 8,000 people.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just dead small.
Yeah.
It sounds like a lot, but it's not.
Yeah, I suppose on the face of it, 8,000 does sound like quite a bit, but
quite a few peeps, but it's not.
I suppose that towns in the UK, a lot more than that.
Yeah.
Not going to get bogged down in the numbers again.
No, because we both know that's our weak point.
Yeah, we keep walking into kryptonite every time we do it.
And it's also the original capital of the island.
Well, that's pretty interesting, to be fair. I mean, and to be fair, there's a lot going on in Sulphur for how small it is compared to like Castries, for the capital. So I suppose it's understandable that it used to be the capital. If all this stuff that I've got here with my research done. Yeah.
My research is equally as reliable as yours.
Yeah, there are many things to do in Sulphur, but I think, again, we'll keep it quite short, we'll keep it quite brief, some of the tip-top places and things to do. Yeah. So, if you go in there, just incidentally, Grand Mamin Beach is there, which is the black...
Grand who?
Oh no, it's Grand Chasdenez, the black sand beach that's there, which is where you'll find that in Sulphur is where you will find that black sand beach. So make sure you get down to that. Lots of black sand, all of that sort of stuff happening. Yeah. But away from that, because obviously we've already covered that off quite extensively, more than I would probably have wanted to initially.
Why are you obsessed with black sand?
I just think it's weird. I don't know why. And that was pulling me in further. But anyway, away from the black sand.
I need a minute.
Are you okay?
Yeah,
you pull it together.
Yeah, I've got it together.
The next bit is the nature trail. So again, with St Lucia, obviously it's extremely up and down the terrain. The topography of the place is extremely up and down, and Tetpool takes advantage of this. So it's a nature trail that you essentially go on with a tour guide, and yeah, so you'd walk it through like a padded trails and stuff like that up to like this large hill.
Yeah.
And the guide who takes you along sort of explains all the sort of flora and fauna that are around that you're seeing, and talks through some of the wildlife that you'd also see on the trail too.
Snakes.
I don't know. Maybe.
That's the first thing I thought of avoiding.
You just went snakes.
Yeah, 'cause in the rainforest, that's what I think of. Pythons coming out of the grass.
I don't know, someone might pick me up on this and will say it's not, but I dare say there are no pythons there.
Oh.
So, but on the face of it now, that seems like a bold claim for someone who knows nothing about the subject of
snakes and their habitats.
Yeah. It's not my strong area.
Maybe we just imagine butterflies and nice pink flowers.
Yeah, that seems safe enough, yeah. There's plenty of that there, yeah.
Berries.
Yeah. It's an extremely beautiful way to see the island again and get another one of those sort of high up viewpoints of the island.
Yeah.
And I believe it is also a really, really cool place to see a different perspective of the Pitons as well.
Ooh.
Yeah, so because you sort of get like an inland view of the Pitons, and it'll kind of give you that view that obviously you wouldn't get from actually climbing one of the Pitons, because you get to see them both.
I was thinking that earlier when we were talking about Pitons, like, you're obviously there to see the Pitons, which is obviously great that you've climbed one, but when you're on it, you can't see it. So Tetpool.
Yeah, Tetpool.
Tetpool
Nature Trail. Give it a
I'm there. I've got it. I'm on the right page.
Yeah, all right. When you've moved away from Tetpool, there are other things you can do in St Lucia. And one thing we haven't really covered off yet is the food and drink that you can sort of get there.
Do you know, I was about to interrupt. Well, I wasn't about to interrupt you, but rum.
Yeah.
That's like a big thing.
And how many different kinds of rum are there on St Lucia?
5?
21. 5 wouldn't be impressive, would it? It's Probably 5 different types of rum in Wolverhampton. It's not very impressive. But
I just didn't know how you were looking at me, and I was like, oh god,
he stunned me.
I don't know this bit.
Yeah, 21. Yeah, 21. So
jeez.
The core things that like are super duper popular and what St Lucia is renowned for in terms of food are coffee, rum, chocolate.
Yes.
Oh god, cocoa.
Is it what coffee is it? Is it Blue Mountain or is that
That's Jamaica? Yeah, but in Soufriere they do cultivate a lot of coffee up in the hills there, basically. Yeah. So, which is part of like you won't get it on the chocolate and rum tour, but in the chocolate and rum tour we'll come on to the coffee in a second because there is a place where you can go to get proper St Lucian coffee. But initially, Morn Kubaril Estate is where you would find this rum and chocolate tour.
Right.
So again, and the other thing about St Lucia is there's more. I believe there's more sugar plantations in St Lucia than most other Caribbean.
I've heard that. I think you're right. That's why they can produce so much rum.
Yeah. So that is obviously the molasses and stuff and things like that, which is the reason why they're able to produce so much rum and all these different kind of types and flavors and in mixes. Yeah, it's a huge thing. But who wouldn't want to have a day where you just walk around an amazing estate tasting rum and chocolate?
Why would you not want to do that?
Imagine how you would end that day.
I didn't think I'd make it to 4 o'clock.
You came back to the
I
resort.
would peak at about 1, I think.
I'm done.
I'm going to bed.
You're coming out for the evening?
Absolutely not. I will order room service if I wake up.
If I wake up
this evening.
If I wake up in the next 10 hours, I might get some room service.
If not, see you at breakfast.
So anyway, like I alluded to and like a second ago with the coffee, just to kind of clear that up. Now there is this really cool place that you probably won't see on most guides, which is why this podcast is here. Believe it or not.
Yeah, this is the reason that we created this podcast.
Yeah, to give you more information about these places. So if you've taken anything out of that, well done, initially. But yeah, there is a place called Zaka's Art Cafe.
Zaka's?
Is that
person?
Yeah, so Zaka is Zaka.
Right.
I'm not sure if that's his surname or first name but Zaka is the person.
Okay.
And he came from London. He moved from London to St Lucia years and years ago.
Okay.
And in his art cafe, no prizes for guessing what goes on in there, but it's basically a celebration of all things St Lucian culture, art, cuisine.
Nice.
Coffee being one of the huge things. You can go in there, have a bit of a brew, go and check out some of the local artists who kind of plied their trade, and he kind of offered like a new space, a gallery space for up and coming St Lucian artists who obviously don't get
that.
Yeah, so obviously you don't. If you're coming from a small island and even smaller place like Soufriere, I imagine as an artist you don't get a lot of chances to shine.
Yeah.
So tourists can go there and purchase artworks and obviously have a look around the artworks, purchase some, grab some coffee, grab some sweet treats that are there too. I think you get some cakes and things like that there. So yeah, definitely.
Sign me up, Scotty. I want to go and have a look.
That is not the phrase.
Yes, it is.
It's beam me up, Scotty.
Who?
Beam me up.
Beam?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Because it's on Star Trek.
Is it not sign me up?
No. Beam me up, Scotty.
Well, I've made my own. I've made my own. I've always said sign me up, Scotty.
Coming back down out of the galaxy and Star Trek and all that nonsense, we're gonna park up the Starship Enterprise in Grosse-Ilette.
Okay, I've heard of that. And did you know?
Oh God.
Did you know that it was originally a quiet fishing village?
Right. Okay.
There's a lot of fishing villages in St Lucia. This is why I think there would be a lot of fishing castries.
I suppose it's an easy leap to make that a lot of the towns and cities throughout the Caribbean, predominantly back in Le Day, it would have been...
Le Day?
Yeah, I'm very European. It would have been quite... The main trade in those places would have been fishing and fishermen and taking stuff from the sea. So
taking stuff from the sea.
Yeah, it's understandable that it would be a fishing village. But nowadays, the Grosse-Ilette is like I know we've said like Castries and Soufriere are incredible places, but Grosse-Ilette, for such a small place, is insane.
Is it?
There's so much stuff going on in Grosse-Ilette. So Rodney Bay is there, Pigeon Island is there, Redwood Beach is there. These are all incredible places to go and see. Rodney Bay is like
piece de la resistance.
Yeah,
isn't it?
French one. Yeah, so if you're looking for like a day, night out, bit of nightlife, bars, restaurants, boutiques, that sort of stuff in St Lucia, Rodney Bay is your place.
Yeah. It's like a hub, isn't it?
Yeah.
Everything going on.
Exactly, yeah. And if you get like a resort, if you can get like a resort stay near to Rodney Bay, then definitely do it, because it's a really cool way to obviously get out of your resort for a little bit and have a wander down to like this proper town centre sort of place and start drinking in a local nightlife and all that sort of thing as well. So yeah, really, really cool place. Just off the I believe it's just off the coast of Grosselet, but it's called Pigeon Island. I can't tell you why it's called Pigeon Island because I've no idea, and I can't really find why it's called Pigeon Island.
Right.
But earlier on, I made a bold claim about pirates.
You did.
I offered pirates, I teased it.
And I've been obsessed ever since, and dying to get to Blackbeard.
Ever since then, you just shut up about Blackbeard. Blackbeard's nothing to do with it.
Oh.
No, he is.
My heart broke a little bit then.
Oh no.
Oh.
Yeah, no, Blackbeard. So, Pigeon Island, put my pen down for this because it's great.
Go on.
It's not that great. Actually, before I get to Pigeon Island, one point I do need to make about Rodney Bay: jump up street parties.
That sounds fun.
Every Friday night, if you're there, and obviously you're going to stay for at least 7 nights, aren't you, on your trip to St Lucia? Get out on a Friday night. If you do one time out in Rodney Bay, get it out on a Friday night, and then
when is it again?
Friday. Every Friday, weekly, the last day of the week, Fridays. Literally, the streets are alive with food, dancing, music, bars, everything.
Just imagine it being like a Caribbean festival.
Yeah.
Of like just joy.
Yeah, it is. And if anyone's ever been to Oysters in Barbados, it's a similar sort of vibe. That just sort of end of the week, go and have a big party, have a bit of
let
a
off
laugh.
some steam and just chill, enjoy the vibes.
Yeah, definitely. Laid back stuff, lots of food, lots of fun.
Yeah.
But anyway. Still teasing Blackbeard.
Yeah, I'm still on the edge of my seat.
So, Pigeon Island. Back in the 17th century, French pirates came.
Right.
It is a fact that French pirates came to St Lucia.
Okay.
Now, it is believed, I can't tell you that it's true or not because it's still only conjecture.
Half a fact.
No, it's not. That's not me. That's just as far as records allow.
Right.
We can understand it. It's safe to assume. I'm going to go as that's probably as strong as I'm going to go with this. It's safe to assume that Blackbeard was one of the pirates who made it to Pigeon Island. He is also believed to have fought off the French Navy on Pigeon Island as well.
Single-handedly?
Yeah, on his own.
Yeah.
Behave.
With his army of pirates.
With his army of pirates. But that's not where the fun ends here.
Oh, go on.
So there's another place which is right down on the south coast, or like the St Lucia kind of tails down into like a little point that comes out at the bottom of the south coast and there's a place there called View Fort.
Right.
At this place, it is believed that's where it's believed to be that Blackbeard buried treasure.
Booking a flight right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to find that treasure.
Apparently there's like pirate treasure in View Fort. There's gold in them there hills.
In them there hills?
Yeah. That was probably more of a prospecting joke than a pirating joke, but yeah. Oh
my god.
Apparently so.
That's incredible.
I suppose I should caveat that with that no one's ever found any gold or
Blackbeard can't have been that good at hiding stuff, could he?
It can't be. In no way.
Why do pirates hide stuff? Like, you're not a squirrel.
No, you're a pirate.
But squirrels bury their acorns, don't they, and forget where they've left it?
Yeah,
I feel like pirates do that because they always leave it everywhere.
Well, I think the idea behind it was that they would bury their treasure in an location.
Yes.
And then when the heat's off, they'd go back, dig it up and plunder some more.
The heat never left.
The heat never left.
And Blackbeard had to go.
Yeah, he did.
Somewhere else.
The scourge of the earth, apparently, if you listen to people at the time. But yeah, so there is a rich history of piracy. Well, I wouldn't say rich, but like a felonious past of piracy and stuff that lingers around that sort of lower part of St Lucia and Grosselet. So yeah, if you want some proper history about the island and about talking like real history, like 16th century history, get to Grosselet there, because you get a tour guide, you can go to the forts and they'll talk you through like all the battles that would have happened there, and then there's like all the cannons are still standing in the forts as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the people the tour guides will talk you through like what life would have been like. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
And with that, that brings to a steady conclusion
about St Lucia.
Yeah, all of the best things to do in St Lucia laid out in front of you there, from Pitons to pirates. So that is the best things to do in St Lucia, but to truly close the book on this segment of the podcast, we need to put out our dream itinerary.
Yes.
So it was my go last week with Mexico.
Yeah.
So now the honour falls to you.
Oh, great.
To pick your St Lucia dream itinerary out of everything we've discussed.
Yeah.
What plan would you put together for your trip to St Lucia?
Well, first of all, you've got to see the Pitons, haven't you?
Yeah.
But I'm not climbing them. Do I look like a rock climber to you?
Well, you did turn your nose up initially when I said that people do climb the Pitons. You're like, nah.
Count me out of that.
Right, okay.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get on a helicopter and I'm going to see the Pitons by air.
Truly a dream itinerary.
Yes, yeah, dream itinerary.
I mean, if the option's there, I'd take it. It's so cool.
Jumping on a helicopter. So I'm going to see the Pitons, see a little bit of the island from up there in the sky.
Yeah.
And then after I've done that, I do love a bit of snorkeling.
Yeah, okay.
So you said earlier that we could snorkel around the bottom of the Pitons because it's literally just the peak that comes out the water, and there's like a big bit of volcano below the water, which we don't know how big because she couldn't come up with the facts. But
again, numbers.
So I'm definitely going snorkeling because I love that. So I'll be getting on a catamaran. So you'll be... We all know I love a catamaran.
So you'll be doing the helicopter flight around the top of the Pitons, then you'll see the bottom of the Pitons by snorkeling around the reef there. Yeah,
okay. Get a 360 view.
Yeah.
Haven't you?
Yeah.
If you're going to see the Pitons, you better see them all.
Yeah, definitely don't think about walking up them.
Absolutely not. No.
Fair enough.
If it was like... If I could get piggybacked up, then I would.
Right, okay.
But I'm just not. I would be miserable in that humidity as
well. So far, this dream itinerary is serving diva.
A diva who does her own snorkeling, can I add?
Oh god, yeah.
I breathe for myself. So,
oh god, that's nice.
Yeah.
So
I'll be getting on a private catamaran.
Yeah, fair enough.
Just a boat trip over to the Pitons, and then take a little elegant dive. Off the boat into the water, and I'd do some little snorkeling, spend the day there, maybe have me picnic, by the hotel on the boat.
Yeah.
You know?
Preferably before you jump in and get your sandwiches wet.
Yeah, that's still on the boat, obviously.
Of course.
Yeah.
So after you've done that...
After, maybe like the next day or the day after I've had a day chilling at the hotel or on the beach, one of those black sand beaches you mentioned that you're obsessed with.
Yep.
I'm going to the mud. I'm going to the Sulphur Springs.
Oh, right, okay,
Like, I'm not fond of egg smell.
Yeah.
But if you're telling me it can heal my eczema,
yeah, it's supposed to be incredibly good. Like the minerals in the mineral-rich mud is supposed to be incredible.
And exfoliating.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
And then under the waterfall.
Sign me up, Scotty. So I'm going to the Sulphur Spring, and I'm going to get caked in mud. And then, obviously, you've got to rinse it off in a waterfall. So I've ticked off Sulphur Springs. I've ticked off that's a volcano, isn't it? The Sulphur Springs.
Yeah.
I've ticked off Pitons, a volcano, Sulphur Spring, a waterfall.
Yeah.
They said a watermelon.
You just means you can have a watermelon while you on your day off.
Picnic.
Yeah, I suppose, yeah.
And then, for a bit of a day out, if I'm feeling like Dora the Explorer, I'm heading over to Where's it? Grosses Lake.
Grosses Lake.
Grosses Lake.
I'm assuming it's Grosses Lake.
Grosses Lake.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going there because that jump up street party at Rodney Bay. That jump up street party. But I keep wanting to say pond. No, I don't.
Palm tree.
Pondy. I keep wanting to say party.
Jump up street party.
The jump up street party at Rodney Bay.
Yeah.
That's got a bit of me written all over it. Like, I want to be involved.
Yeah, no, it does certainly sound like it'd be a lot of fun doing that.
Hilarious fun.
Perfect.
You don't go on holiday, do you, to be stressed?
No, not if you can afford to go on a helicopter catamaran and then nip off to the jump up street party. No, certainly don't.
This is a dream itinerary, okay?
True.
I'm not saying I've got $1,000 to throw at a helicopter, but here I am. It's my dream. So
here I am. Yeah, okay.
Here we are.
Okay, fair enough.
That's it.
And that was Dream Itinerary. That was Joe's Dream Itinerary in St Lucia. Now it comes to sort of the part of the show where you take more control.
Yeah, gets a little bit silly now, doesn't it?
Just the whole thing gets down.
It's time for a funny holiday story.
Everyone's favourite part of the podcast.
Definitely my favourite part.
It's the only bit you do.
It's the only bit that I control. And I'm here for it, to be honest. I have to wait patiently.
Just for a bit of that, I don't know what these stories are.
These are completely anonymous as well, so and you have no knowledge of what's coming. But today you have got a choice.
Okay.
Okay, so last week, if you listened, was a poo story.
Yes.
Now we can go down a similar route, or we can go to like a luggage mishap.
So it's either luggage mishap or poo?
Mhm. Yeah. You choose.
I don't want this to become a poo podcast.
Okay.
But I'm going to go poo story.
I'm so glad.
Everyone, I feel like everyone was waiting with bated breath. He said, please say poo, please say poo.
Please say the poo one. We probably will cover the luggage one at some point, but if they dry up. But we'll just roll with poo.
Speaking.
Okay. During my first visit to New York, I decided that I needed some laxative help to assist with the overindulgence.
Right, okay. Right. So it's a similar theme to last time.
Very similar.
A lot of rich food.
Yeah, needs. Just make sure they're not going too crazy. But I don't know how much I approve of taking a laxative to help with overindulgence. Surely the walking helps with that anyway.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the time it can feel a lot like you've taken a grenade to a knife fight.
Absolutely. So, being clever, I thought it would be a great idea to take 2 the morning of my last day.
That is a bold move.
That's a strong move, isn't it? Like, how confident are you in your gut?
Straight away you've gambled, haven't you?
That's a heavy gamble.
You've thought, I've been eating quite a bit of rich stuff this period, however long I've been in New York, and I think it's a 2 laxative job.
Yes. On the last day as well, like you've got quite a hefty plane flight the next day.
Already, I'm going to say you've ruined your flight home.
Yeah, ruined it.
You've made it a monstrous thing.
An awful escapade that you've got to do.
Go on.
Anyway, so I thought it would be a great idea to take 2 the morning of my last day, and I went about my day. I was sightseeing and exploring. I was feeling really great in myself. Little did I know that 5 hours later, in the middle of TJ Maxx, I would have my very own bridesmaids moment. Have you seen the film?
Yeah.
Where they're like, they've all got food poisoning and they're all in these dead expensive dresses. Oh, God.
Sweat.
The sweat dripping from this person's brow must have been wet.
Love it how it was just like... the day was going perfectly fine, but little did I know.
You know it would have come on like that as well.
Like, little did I know there was a ticking time bomb in my tummy.
Well, I want to know. That's how it ends.
That's it.
I want to know what happens. Like, how did you do in this moment?
Need more.
Like, I want to know. Did you make it to the toilet?
Yeah.
Did you have to buy a soiled pair of jeans you were trying on? Like, what happened?
Well, I suppose within that, you are not in the best place. Obviously, the best place is a toilet, but you're in potentially one of the top 5 places you want to be if disaster strikes, which is a place where you can readily buy.
Is there toilets in there though?
I don't know.
This is the thing, and TJ Maxx. If you've ever been to like a TK or a TJ Maxx, they're big.
Yeah, they're big spots.
So like moving about when you're that desperate for the toilets, not ideal.
Right, I'm gonna tell you where I will go with this then. Put myself in their sodden shoes. I would say, first of all, you've got to. I was gonna say you've got to go and find the shoe aisle.
Why?
And see if you could. I'm working on the theory.
Use a shoe.
Actually, no. I'm gonna disable that argument straight away. What I would say is maybe if you just lean into the skid, pardon the phrase, and defecate in your trousers, because that's obviously where it's going. You're not going to make it.
But you know, after 2 laxatives, that's not solid.
Yeah, but you're not. You also know that you haven't got a choice in the matter.
the choice has been stripped away.
It's now or never. It's happening. You're no longer in control of that situation. What you are in control of is your trousers. So I would find a quiet area of TJ Maxx. Try and look.
A changing room.
Yeah, potentially a changing room would be good.
No.
And then let nature happen.
Yeah.
Or before you get there, if you can think about it, before you get there, go and get some other trousers. Because otherwise, if you do it the wrong way around, you're just pantsless.
Yeah, you're just running around TJ in your boxers.
And all of a sudden it's
knickers. I don't know if this is a man or a woman. I've got the feeling it's a man, but I don't know.
I mean, last time it was a man. So I'm just going off that.
It was a woman, wasn't it? Because she had a Louis handbag.
Oh, she was going to do it.
Oh no, he was.
He was, yeah. So I would say, right. First of all, you've got to go and get a pair of trousers, whatever, off the rack. Head straight to the fitting room because that's not weird. You're taking trousers into the fitting room. Do what you need to do, and then take your trousers out with you with the poo in the trousers. Maybe tie a hole in the leg.
Ones.
Yeah, like maybe tie off the legs. And if you've got the stones, leave the trousers in TK Maxx somewhere.
You'd leave them in the shop.
I think I want get enough. I want nothing to do with it.
I would whack them up in a bag, in a carry bag, because hopefully I've been previous shopping, and shove them in a bin when we get out. Either way, not an ideal situation.
Either way,
probably lesson learned not to take a laxative on Actually, don't take a laxative on holiday.
I do think that's a lesson anyone needed to learn. I think we all just knew that's probably not a good idea. Last day, 2 laxatives. Ease yourself in with laxatives.
Yeah, that is strong.
If you're still feeling like you need more, you can always up it. It's the same as hair products. You can't take out, you can always put in. Honestly. With that, let's cut it there then.
Yes.
And say that if you do have any funny holiday stories that you want us to sort of dissect, then please do get them into us. Joe's got the address for you now.
Yes, you can email them at checkindeskpodcast@bluebaytravel.co.uk or reach us at Blue Bay Travel across all socials, and we'll keep them anonymous, obviously. And we'll do this little back and forth about your funny holiday stories.
And they don't even have to be about poo.
They don't have to be about poo. It's just coincidence we had 2 already about poo.
Weirdly, number 2. So that was episode 2 of the check-in desk.
Woohoo!
In the bag, all about the best things to do in St Lucian. Obviously, some fun bits in the end there too. So look out for our next episode that will be coming up really, really soon. Where we'll be doing it all over again, but this time all about the best things to do in Mauritius.
Mauritius, yes.
That is an amazing place.
Delicious Mauritius.
Right, we didn't know you were going to do that, but fair enough. So yeah.
If you would like to get in touch, in the meantime, if you've got a funny story or if you just want to let us know some information about Mauritius, maybe, you can get in touch at checkindeskpodcast@bluebaytravel.co.uk or reach us at Blue Bay Travel across all socials too.
That's all from us, so we'll see you next time. Tune in for Delicious Mauritius.
Bye! Bye.